of the things that you talk about are the 3 Ds. I'll turn it over to you. The 3 Ds in business.
Well, yeah. You know, again, this is a great program because we are talking about challenges and how you deal with them. And if you're not on a daily basis figuring out ways to make your life more efficient, you should.
Right.
And this is a simple book I read. I think we read it years ago. We always get through our sales history. We get thrown books here and there, and some are okay, some are obvious. But there's a little book. It was called Getting Things Done, GTD, by David Allen.
Yep.
And
Howard Stern, by the way, Howard Stern talks about David Allen, like, still.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
and it was a one book that was an easy read that I could apply a simple philosophy to my life the second I closed the book. And the philosophy was do it, delegate it, or defer it. So if I can't do something within 20 seconds or 30 seconds, if I can't reply to an email, then I'll either defer it or delegate it. And defer it means you have to find an actionable bucket for that email or that action. Hey guys, if you've got an inbox on a Friday that has thousands and thousands of emails in it, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Those emails should find a home. But anyway, the triple Ds, do it, defer it, or delegate it. And I started doing this. The day I closed the book. And guess what? That feeling of being overwhelmed wasn't there anymore because I knew everything had a home, an actionable home, whether I reacted to it at that moment or whether it found a home that I knew I could react to it later that week, later that month. But it helped my stress level and it made me more productive and efficient. So triple Ds. Yep.
And it's important because the object obviously is to be more productive, but it's also to not waste energy on stuff, right? So if you put something in a trusted bucket, the philosophy, and David Allen's philosophy is, all right, if I delegate this, it's out of my brain.
Yes.
It's not clogging up. Once I do it, if I'm going to defer it, it's out of my brain too, because I'm not thinking about this right now. I either do it, delegate it, or defer it. But if I'm doing one of those 3 things, if I'm doing the other 2, I got to get it out of my head in that moment.
Got it. You absolutely you nailed it, because if not, you're stacking all that stuff on your shoulders, in your head. But if you mentally get rid of it and find pockets, you're more balanced. You're more like water. Yeah.
Absolutely. Nice. So that was Getting Things Done by David Allen. And you and I, we came up in a funny time in business,
Solution selling.
Right. In the, 98, 99, 2000. Very interesting time in business with, the technology, internet bubble and all that. But then what other, you mentioned solution selling, conceptual selling. I can't stand those books.
I know. So obvious stuff.
But I will give you a few. I'll tell you the best business book I've ever read. He's not such a popular character right now. But it's not like I agree with all of his politics, but Peter Thiel's book, 0 to 1, it's a fantastic book. He basically gave a lecture in Stanford, or a class he taught in Stanford. I'm not sure if it was a lecture or class, but anyway, one of the students there took notes about that class and turned it into a book. And it's not just for, it's a great business book. It really is for anything, taking something from nothing, from 0 to 1. It's a great book. Ray Dalio's Principles is great. And then, I love reading about people who have built stuff. I love the Walter Isaacson book, the biography that he wrote about Steve Jobs. Ashley Vance wrote a biography about Elon Musk. I would read those. And then other books, just understanding people's psychology and where we've come from and why we do the things that we do is, and it's not a business book at all, but Sapiens.
Okay. Yeah, you talked about that one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the book that actually got me into so many different things like meditation. But when you learn about how we were in the paleo days to agriculture, to the industrial revolution, to where we are now and where we're going from here, is such an important book. But anyway, do you have any books?
Yeah, I mean, they're all good. You turn me on. You always turn me on the books after you read. So I listen to your what you were referenced. But GTD, if anyone, I mean, it's a quick read, getting things done. And then I was on a Zukov kick there for a while, Dancing with the Woolly Masters. It's not selling, but you can apply he does an amazing job of breaking down transfer of energy down to the subatomic level for the layman. You think you can't understand stuff like this, but when you start to understand it, you start realizing how important your actions are based on how you're transferring energy. And it's just quite amazing. So anything Zukov I'd recommend, but
yeah, I'm looking at one right now.
I was wondering what you're looking at.
Spiritual partnership. I'm looking at
Stand Up Nation. You turned me on to that. I thought that was an awesome book. Was it
Startup Nation?
Startup Nation.
That's a great one.
Great book. Yeah.
Dan Senor. Senor. Yeah. That's Israel. Why Israel has so many startups. Brilliant book.
It's amazing book. That was one of my favorites you recommended.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.